What is up, guys? It is Galaxy World War 2 gaming kit. We're playing. I have to eat first, so it's better. We're playing another episode of Fortnite. Just see if you can see it. I hate this one. That's a bit better. It's just from my angle. It didn't look right, so we're going into the squads. Oh, Toads and God. The worst thing I'm excited about is season 6. What is the season 6 going to be? No one knows. Yeah, I've changed my skin. Because I'm getting bored of the carbine. No, it's really cool. Have you guys ever trap killed somebody? I have. It's like, I put a trap there and camp, but sorry, because I wanted to do a trap kill for once. I don't feel like to, but where to go? I guess if you guys won't just it. It still doesn't make sense how it was. You've got to grow out with trees. The only thing that could actually happen for that to happen if that went in time too. But it doesn't look like anything went in time in this map. Except for when the desert came and all of that. That doesn't count. The thing is, but hold on. Yes. The thing is because remember, if you really know, well, think about it. Pretty much on season 4, Dusty keeps on updating and I got trees given into it. And then it's magically, I shouldn't have done that. It magically went to a lot of trees. And that's the part I don't get, because it was just a couple of trees. And then it went to a long one, or loads more, not a long one. So if it's glitching, guys. Hunting rifle. Boo! Just give me like a blue AR or something. Even though it's an M14. Just the AR. Yay! I got all this to myself. And I don't care anybody who's doing or who tries to make any move. I actually swap this for that. Take that. I don't really need the C4. And I don't like the The burst. I don't like it. Comment below if you guys like it. I don't. The reason why I specifically do not like it is it shoots 3 bullets. Yeah, it's better than some things, but I would rather have a grey AR-M14 than have a burst. And some of you guys have different opinions on it, which is totally fine. I hate that sound, but I purposely don't like it because, like, 3 rounds. Imagine getting into a big battle on solos and loads of people are coming and you're going to fight, so you pretty much have to fight because you've been spotted. What are you going to do then? Or I purposely do. Well, it's simple, but I don't mind. You guys better hurry up. You dead by a song. Give me that chopper. If only I went to YouTube. Squads these days don't even want to go too tilted. So like high level. If you're high level, you got to be good at the game. I'm going to just get some supplies. Right, got some supplies, let's go. Always keep mini shields and at least a 1 med kit. Because med kit heals you up to fully, as long as you're in 30 health or 15 or 1. And mini shields, even though they get you up to 50, they're always useful because if you keep getting shot, you can just keep using them. Even though the max is 10. I wish Playground mode was out. So I would just search so many llamas and trying to get so much medkits. Because it'd be pretty so much medkits, then I could just go in the storm and I'll be alright. If only I had no shield. 8, yep, 8. Guys, why are you staying over there? What, you fighting somebody? You're fighting. That's what a fool. Get out of here now. Or you dead. Most like I'm gonna be dead in this moment. Walking out in the open. So as long as I don't get sniped. Oh, we got enemy 150. 150. South 120. Dusty. There's an enemy over there. To be honest, I should not do this, but I'm doing it. I'm not getting caught up in this storm. I am not. No, Storm. Don't you dare. We can agree on something, Storm. We can agree. I feel so sorry for Blue. I feel so sorry for Better Dry Degree. Oh, no, where did I go? Oh, if I had C4, I could destroy the ice cream shop. Even though it only takes like 1 C4 to destroy an enemy. Blue, if if you come, I have a med kit. 1 or 2. We'll cover you. Come to us. Come to Papa's. I swear to God, you die now. Get the med kit. Not for you. For him. Now he can heal up. And we're all covered. We need to get heading off. Or we are all dead. Everyone, R.I.P. in the comments. R.I.P. R.I.P. Dusty Divot. R.I.P. it, man. I feel so sorry. Anyway, we gotta keep going. That's not that far away, at least. I'll be heading off if I was you, team. I'll be heading off. Then just say, someone keeps joining Andy. Oh no! Help! Help! My enemies! That's where I was getting shot from. Let me get these ammo, bros. Bruh. Protecting us. Is that you? Oh, baby. You are so dead. Well, I'm over here. We're not. Leave us behind. Leave us behind. You're gonna die anyway. Leave us behind. All of us. Yellow. Come on, man. You gotta do it. Go on. I believe in you, buddy. My accuracy is 6%. Because I was in a hurry, man. And I got 1 assist, 2 distance traveled 2,000 meters, materials gathered 398, materials used 210, damage taken 365, damage to players 117, damage to structures 2,345. So that was a good round, but fortunately, yeah, medkit. Use the medkit, bruh. Use the medkit, bruh. No! What place did we come in then? We came in about 22nd place. Pretty good. So, comment below, and I say comment below. Aye! Oh, damn it. Top 12, guys. Oh. So, we came, well, kind of we came to 22nd place. We need to do a reaction video, mates. Reaction video. Let's get onto YouTube. Reaction video it is. If it will let me even go on YouTube. Games and apps, all of them. Oh yeah, YouTube is in that. Can't wait to watch Netflix. Can't wait to remember to afford it. Anyway, reaction video. 3 a.m. Let's go with the 3 a.m. Welcome, signing dance World War II. Dash doing election. I want to search mine. If you enjoyed it so far, guys, like and enjoy. And subscribe. Like and subscribe and enjoy. We are doing a reaction video for you guys out there. Well, I'm doing a reaction. So I'm going to do it. I'm just trying to find one letter. Hey. Now obviously I need to I'll be back in a couple seconds, maybe a minute or two. I'll be back. And don't forget the video on the piano and subscribe and leave a like. Shut up. Reaction time, guys. reaction time. And comment below if you want this happening. If we don't get in top 12, or under 10, I have to do a scary reaction time. And I found oh no, it's 5 creepy things. Oh, I know the man. Mr. Nightmare. I got things in my head. And if you're wanting to watch a scary reaction video, watch Mr. Nightmare, because he's done so many good reaction videos. I can't even watch. Well, not reaction, but he telling you story videos that are creepy. Free true disturbing babysitting. Oh, holy stars. Let's go now. Boom. Let's get it. I'm going to be on my phone, but yet again reacting. She's creepy. My eyes actually watering. Ooh. Thank God my grandma comes over to babysit. She let us. Can I just say? She let us stay most of the night. It's funny. It was like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 3 a.m., 9 a.m. But let's get into the video. I've seen this video anyway, so.
He didn't really say much, and he apparently didn't know what personal space
was. Not, but.
So anyway, I was watching my favorite TV show in the living room, and James came down from the room he was supposed to sleep in. He came into the living room and just sat down on the couch behind me. He didn't say anything or make any.
Also play this Cash.Inc. or Cash Inc. Dot. It is such a good game. Anyway, let's get into it.
But I do remember him laughing shyly. Then he broke the silence between us and asked me if I wanted to play a video game. I wasn't really into video games. That was more of a boy thing. But I said yes anyway. He went upstairs to my dad's room and grabbed his Xbox 360. It was weird that he even knew that I was there, but nevertheless, I didn't ask anything. Maybe my dad told him about it. James went about setting up the Xbox in the living room, and he put on what I think was Halo 2. I wasn't much of a gamer. It became obvious quickly since he killed me like 10 times in a row. James decided to take it upon himself to get up and show me how to play better. He grabbed both my hands and tried to mimic the controls so that I could get a feel for what buttons did what. But the way he was standing so close, it made me a bit uneasy. His body was literally leaning against mine as his hands held mine while I held the controller. This went on for some time before I shyly said, I don't like this game, and wanted to stop. He looked upset, and then said okay as he sat back down on the couch and continued to play on his own. I went upstairs to my room to watch TV, and at some point I fell asleep with the TV on. I know because I woke up to the glaring light of the TV in my dark room. As soon as I sat up, the springs in my mattress made a crunching noise. But underneath that sound, I could swear I heard a
This is so creepy.
Somewhere in my room. I wanted to call for James because I was scared, but I didn't want to make too much noise. All I did was look around my room as I sat up in my bed, afraid I was going to find someone. Then my eyes stopped at the closet door, which was half open. I squinted my eyes to see better, but when a white screen came up on the TV, it gave off enough light to reveal James standing in my closet. I let out a noticeable gasp, and I guess he noticed. He came out slowly, going, shh, shh, it's okay, with his arms out. I sat there frozen in fear as he came closer, telling me how pretty he thought I was. I knew what he was doing. And when I saw an opportune moment for me to slip through him into the door, I took it. I knew to run to the office downstairs, which had a lock, but not before grabbing a phone to call my dad. James knocked on the door, claiming he wasn't going to do anything, begging me not to call my dad. My dad was, of course, furious on the phone, told me to stay where I was, and he'd be home in an hour. But by then, James left. It didn't matter, though, because my parents had his parents' information, and they called the police promptly, who I explained what happened to. James was arrested on some kind of charge for sexual misconduct with a minor, or something like that. Ever since that day, I was trusted to be alone without a babysitter. And it's weird, but I still think about James at least once every other day.
That's creepy, isn't it, guys?
I said goodbye to my mom as I hung up the phone and walked up the stairs to Tyler's house, the kid who I'd be babysitting. I greeted his mom at the door, who was in a hurry. She told me everything over the phone so that she'd be able to leave as soon as I got there. She hurried into the cab out front and headed off to the airport. Tyler was 5 years old and had autism, so I knew watching him was going to be a bit of a challenge. At first, I had to get myself accustomed to Tyler's behavior and ways of interacting, but I got used to it and learned to accommodate him. I would hear him talking to himself a lot in different rooms. Usually I'd assume he was playing, but sometimes it seemed like he was literally just talking to himself. I'd be watching Tyler for the whole weekend. On the first night, I woke up to Tyler's laughing outside of the room I was sleeping in. I was confused when
That was creepy. That laugh, wasn't it, guys? I'm also playing on my phone. But yet again, even if I'm not playing on it, even if I'm playing it, it's still creepy. My eyes are watering because of that picture. I cannot watch this video, but I'm just for good. I'm going to do another reaction for you guys. So we are going, not a neighbor, so I've already heard about that one. We are going to Dog Save Life. It's not that creepy. Oh my god, my eye. Stop this.
I don't have money. But. Shut up.
You can tell they have money. Wait a minute, sir. Oh.
That's a good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you? Please, I lost money.
Look at that house.
That is the police station. Simply go there and report.
Simply go there and report. See you next week. That's the advertising. It's not that bad. Come on. It's not so bad.
I live in Dorset, Vermont. It's a very secluded, mountainous place. There's lots of trails on the mountain that I like to walk or jog down commonly. In fact, I'm able to cut through the woods in my yard to get to a trail that I walk and run down all the time.
No.
One day after getting home from work, I changed out of my work clothes and into my running clothes. By 6:45, I was ready to get on the trail. On this particular day, I took along my coonhound, Murphy. We did 5 minutes of walking. Then we started with a slow jog. Murphy is always a joy to walk because she doesn't pull. She always just stays calm at my side. The trail is wide enough for her to always stay by my side, maintaining my speed. I was always looking up when I ran, which is why I didn't notice that Murphy stopped in her tracks until I felt the leash pull her neck, at which point I stopped and looked back at her to see what was wrong. She was looking behind us, and her ears did that little bouncing thing that hound dogs' ears do when they hear something. We were in the middle of the forest, so there was any number of things she could have heard, anything from a deer to a squirrel to another person on the trail. I tried to pull her forward to continue our run, but she seemed persistent and reluctant to move forward. I played along for a few moments to let her see that she was curious over nothing. But it wasn't nothing, because I finally saw what she was looking at. There was a man back down the trail in the direction we came from. He was clearly not hiding the fact that he was looking at Murphy now. I waved at him to try and be friendly, and then looked down at Murphy as I pulled her and told her to come. She finally barked and started running by my side again, not without looking back twice at the man. It's happened before, though. People on these small trails would commonly wait for me to move ahead so they could avoid passing the dog. Usually they'd be out earlier in the day, though. At this point, I was on the darker side, and usually there wouldn't be other people out. I also didn't notice if the man waved back or not because I looked down at Murphy after waving.
This
At
is a
that
creepy
moment, I
video.
still thought everything was normal. That is until maybe a minute later, when Murphy stopped me again. This time she looked ahead of us and started barking. I saw who she was looking at right away this time. There was another man walking slowly towards us. I waved to him too, but he didn't wave back. I was standing still, holding Murphy close, expecting the man to eventually pass me. But the closer he got, the slower he went. When he got within hearing range, I told him that Murphy's friendly and that he could pass. Now here's when I knew something was up. After I said this, the man maintained eye contact with me, keeping his straight face as he very slowly continued approaching us. When I noticed Murphy turn around and start barking in the other direction, behind us, I turned and almost had a heart attack when I saw that man from earlier, maybe 5 feet away from us, slowly approaching as well. I knew now something bad was about to go down. There were only a few seconds between that moment and the moment I felt two arms reach around me from behind. Then, the first man I saw earlier started full on charging me. Murphy's barks turned to aggressive growling and rabid dog-like barks. Then, one of the men screamed as apparently Murphy bit him in the leg and wouldn't let go. This forced the man to release his grip on me, giving me a chance to tackle the other man to the ground. It took a little force to get Murphy to release her grip from the man's leg, but when she did, we ran back down the trail. The man who I tackled didn't try fighting back after his friend got bitten. I think he realized they were outmatched at that point. But I was still not sticking around to find out what their intentions were. We got back to the house in 5 minutes, only because we sprinted back. I checked Murphy to make sure she wasn't hurt or wounded at all by the man she bit. She was fine. I couldn't be more grateful for her. She's still alive and well. She's 9 years old. I still see it as a blessing in disguise that one of the few times I decided to take Murphy along with me was the same night I ran into those two men in the forest.
That was creepy.
My pit bull Callie sleeps in my room with me. I have a loft bedroom, meaning it's a higher level in the house than the rest of the rooms. My room also has a very large closet elevated off the ground. I keep a little stepping stool to get into it. It's It's mainly just a bunch of childhood toys stored thereabout. One night, I woke up to ground. I sat up and saw Callie standing in the middle of the room. She was looking up at the closet. Needless to say, as a 14-year-old, that scared the shit out of me to even imagine what she could have been growling at. I called her up to my bed so I could pet her and calm her down. She licked her lips and stopped growling, now looking at me. I turned to give another look at the closet door in the dark. She stopped growling now, though, so I figured it was just her doggy imagination running wild.
I've
I
not
went back to sleep
seen
for
this
the
bit,
evening.
though. I
Now
skipped
with
it.
Callie in the bed with me.
I mean, I don't want to see face, guys. This is scary.
Callie's barking. She was in the center of the room again,
Yes.
looking up at the closet. I told her to shut up, and after she looked at me in silence, I heard a jar of Legos spill inside the closet. Callie started going crazy now, barking, trying to jump up the stepladder, clawing at the wall. I heard my bedroom door open, and my dad came up the stairs screaming, "What the hell is going on?" I told him to check the closet, there's someone in there. He ran past Callie, up the stepladder, and pulled the door open. The second he opened that door, someone dressed in jeans, a black pullover hoodie, and black beanie pushed my dad off the step stool, causing him to fall on his back. The man in the black hoodie then took off, leaving my room down the stairs. However, Callie took off after him. I heard the two of them rushing down the stairs, and it sounded like Callie caught him because the man let out a scream of pain. My dad and I went down to the living room to see Callie with her teeth sunk into the man's arm. Blood was spilled all over the carpet. Apparently, Callie bit the man in the leg and the arm. My dad got Callie off of him and told me to take her back to my room while he called the cops. The man was moaning in pain up until the cops calmly entered the house, looked down at the man, and they picked him up together. They brought him outside, where an ambulance arrived 10 minutes later. He was taken away in the ambulance. The next few days, my dad spent talking to lawyers and whatnot in order to sue the man for breaking and entering. He ended up winning the case, obviously. He never told me how much money he got, but he sure did make it known just how much Callie saved the day for our family. The first dog I ever got was back in 1992, when I was 10 years old. My parents finally agreed to let me get my German Shepherd, my lifelong favorite dog. Only think, they made me walk him twice a day as the one condition to owning him, once in the afternoon and once at night. His name was Calvin. This happened on a snowy December night. I begged my dad to let me just let Calvin in the yard, but he insisted I walk him. He always did, and walking him twice a day quickly became a huge chore. I threw on my snow boots, sweatshirt, and then a jacket over that, and finally my snow hat. I was ready for the cold snowstorm. We set out into the neighborhood streets, Calvin pulling ahead as usual. There were no cars on the road at all on this night. There was simply way too much snow. We walked down the edge of the neighborhood by the woods. I remember wanting to see if the roads had been plowed anywhere yet. We came to an intersection between two very quiet roads by the woods at the edge of the neighborhood. That's where I ran into him. I heard the sound of footsteps crushing the snow behind me. Calvin turned first and barked a couple times. It was a man bundled up in snow gear. He had a scarf covering half his face, so all I could really see were his eyes. I could still tell he was on the older side, 40 plus. His voice was muffled through his scarf as he called to me in a friendly voice. Then he did something unexpected. He picked up some snow, patted it into a snowball, and seemingly playfully threw it at me. I dodged it, now not knowing how to react. He came closer and started to pet Calvin. It was pretty uncomfortable, to be honest. The man stood back up after petting Calvin, then put his shoulder on me and said I shouldn't be alone out here on a night like this. I think I remember telling him I wasn't. I was with my dog. There were some more words exchanged. I don't remember what, but I do remember eventually walking away from that man without saying bye. Even though I didn't look back, Calvin kept looking back. I slightly heard footsteps in the snow behind me again, so I knew he was following me. I figured he was following me home. which is why I was caught off guard when I heard the footsteps behind us increase in speed and intensity, causing Calvin to turn and start barking. The man grabbed me with one arm and covered my mouth with his other arm. I think Calvin started biting me, but he was wearing so many layers that he was able to ignore the pain, but only for so long. The man finally let over and over. Eventually, the man gave up and took off to the woods. Calvin pulled so hard after him his leash snapped off the collar, and off Calvin dashed, disappearing into the woods. I heard his bark fade away into the darkness as I screamed his name over and over. I returned home crying, telling my parents that Calvin was chasing after some man and that he was gone. I stayed up all night hoping he would return home. He never did. Calvin was my first dog, and losing him was my first real heartbreak. I like to think he was found and brought to a shelter somewhere, because I wholeheartedly believe that dog saved my life. I live on a farm in Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
This one's a scary one, guys.
Oh, and of course my Rottweiler, Jessie. We have Jessie sleep outside in this doggy house from the months of May to October. It serves as an extra form of protection and intimidation to potential burglars, but also allows for him to do his business freely without having to wake one of us up. Jessie always has a mount attached to his collar that connects to the doggy house so that he can't run away or get lost. Very seldom at night we hear Jessie barking, and given that he's a guard dog, he's trained to bark at suspicious people, so I always go out and check when we hear him barking. But again, it's very, very seldom. I'm going to skip the fluff and get right to the night that my wife and I woke up at like 1:30 a.m. to Jessie's barks outside. I told my wife, who was also sitting up with me, to wait in the bed. I'll go have a look. I slipped on my shoes and went outside in my robe. Jessie took notice to me for a second, but resumed barking in the direction of our crops. I had to go back inside for a flashlight and Jessie's leash, because I planned on going in the crops with him. After clipping Jessie's leash onto his collar, he knew right away to take lead. He led me into the crops. I had the flashlight on, but given the basic nature of a cornfield, I didn't really see much in front of me besides crops in my face, regardless of the light. Jessie stopped barking, but he was still pulling me through the crops, as if he knew exactly where he was going. Then, out of nowhere, he stopped sniffing and just stopped. He looked up, but I didn't know if he heard something, if he was looking at something, or if he was just lost. The two of us stood in silence right there for a little bit. I heard crops in the near distance being brushed around suddenly. Jessie's head was all over the place. He was looking left, then right, then left again, as if he were hearing sounds coming from everywhere. He started barking and pulling again, but this time I yanked him back to stay put. I swallowed and took a deep breath before calling out into the night that this was a private property and anyone caught trespassing would be brought to jail. It took more bravery calling that out than you may think. And of course, I was going to yell out a threat like that. What else could I say? The situation felt so surreal. And then it was the scream of a woman.
You don't want to hear that.
A rage kind of scream.
Oh, I'm so close to crying because of that. Oh, you heard it.
The further the scream seemed to get until it completely stopped. Then Jessie
Oh, I'm
stopped
so
running and started
scared.
to get the directions.
No, legit.
There was the sound of someone zooming past us, rushing through the crowd.
I'm trying to get that off of my mind, and I saw it. It pretty much is it failing? I'm not sure, but
this time I let Jessie off the leash. I told him to go, catch them. Jessie disappeared in seconds. I heard his barks though. He was getting further away with every passing second.
at least this one's got a happy
So I was
ending
sitting
to it.
over the console alone, shaking in fear. I was so scared. I didn't even want to move in fear of making noise and giving away my position. I was as scared as a young child. Then, the most horrific thing to ever happen to me happened. The purple crops were brushed aside behind me.
I'm not looking at
Something
that.
grabbed my
I'm
right
looking
shoulder.
at the laptop.
I almost
watching
fell
it.
with a light tap on the shoulder. I mean, something grabbed my my shoulder tight and squeezed to the point of it hurting. I screamed and without looking back, ran in the direction I was 90% sure led back to the house. On my way back, I could hear Jesse's barks in the far distance. I wasn't about to go looking for him, though. I thanked God when I saw the roof of my house come into view in the distance, and I finally reached the edge of the cornfield onto the back lawn. I passed the big oak tree in the yard and Jesse's doghouse and went straight through the back door. I checked every door and every window to make sure they were locked. I told my wife as little as I could to prevent a freak out, but I did tell her there was someone, maybe even more than one person in the crops. We called the sheriff's office. We made it up for a while, making sure no one came to either door, and in hopes that Jesse would come back. And thank our lucky stars, he did. When the deputy finally pulled up the dirt road toward farm, an hour later, he found Jesse sitting on the back lawn of the house. There wasn't much the deputy could do other than take down my description of what happened. He said it himself. He wasn't about to go searching around that cornfield. We let Jesse sleep inside for the next few nights for his own safety. And after almost a week of uneventfulness, things went back to normal. There hasn't been a similar incident since.
That's the end, guys. That is the end. We played on Fortnite and we did a reaction video. I think we did good. So let's go.